you don't have good reasoning skills. If it's the case that you think, oh my
well,
God, you can't be calling people
so
Nazis. You can't be calling people Nazis while your boss does all the time.
Why are you making that up? You're just making it up. You're just making it up. We're all the same. That's how simple-minded you are. You're all the same. Okay, then everyone on the right is just like Dylan Roof.
All right.
Who is Dylan Roof? Who is that? Your plumber?
All right, let me bring in.
I
want to bring in Cornel West. I want to bring in Cornel West. I want to bring in Cornel.
Shut up,
please, let Cornel.
Andrew Wilson calls out Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks live today on Piers Morgan Uncensored. This just dropped in regards to how left-wingers will frame right-wingers as Hitler, you know, neo-Nazis, they're the worst people ever, and how that can incite violence. Let's get straight into it. And by the way, guys, I will be going live tonight at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I really hope to see you guys there. Make sure you join, become a member, because if you're a member, you have access to all my past live streams, which I cannot make public because YouTube will take them down. So if you're a member, as soon as I'm done going live, I make my live streams members only. So if you want access to all of them in case you were asleep or doing something else, that's how you can get access to them. But let's get straight into it.
Well, I'm going to answer the question, but let me just note that there are different factions on the left. And I think the way that this is kind of being discussed in a way that just kind of generalizes everyone on the left is kind of unfair. But putting that aside, I do think that we have an overall problem. I think what happened is a symptom of a bigger issue that we have, not just in this country, but I'm seeing it happen globally, where there's just this dehumanization of people based on their political views. And on top of that, the devaluing of human life, right? I mean, we've been seeing images of people being butchered, children being butchered endlessly on social media over the last nearly 2 years. Prior to that, I mean, the rhetoric that devalues human life, I think, has played a role into it. But also, I just think that there's this dumb idea that all you need to do is like get rid of or take out some of the prominent figures on the political side of the aisle that you disagree with, and that'll somehow solve the issue. No, that doesn't solve the issue. What it does is it makes the situation in various countries where this type of political violence plays out far worse. Now you're hearing talk of retaliation in a violent way. When it comes to the Trump administration, you're hearing policies that are being proposed that would limit the legitimate political speech of Americans. I am concerned about that. What that disgusting murderer did is he pushed for this country to devolve further. And I wish that cooler heads would prevail, but at the same time, I don't begrudge people who are angry. I mean, that poor wife and her 2 children witnessed Charlie Kirk get shot and killed in the neck. I don't begrudge her at all for being furious. No. I can't even imagine where my headspace would be at right now if that happened to my husband.
Right. Andrew Wilson, where were you when you heard about Charlie Kirk, and what is your view of the fallout from this?
Hey guys.
Yeah, I was sitting with my wife watching TV. So the thing is I remember this picture circulating around of Charlie Kirk. He was debating the incoming president of the Oxford Union, and they were all smiles and handshakes. And by the next day, this guy was saying the most insane rhetoric about how he basically had it coming. So how many of these leftists have murderous intent? When we show up to have a conversation with them, we show up to debate our views, we show up to in some way engage with them. How many of them have seething murderous intent behind their eyes, and they don't really want to do any of that? They really want you dead. And that is the biggest demonstration of that, by the way, in that one single picture. You have Anna Kasparian here, and she's talking about this. The Young Turks called Charlie Kirk a fascist how many times? The Young Turks played into this rhetoric how much? They went out of their way to do so. Reuben recently called him out for doing it. So I just hang on.
I've literally never. I don't even call Trump a fascist.
I didn't interrupt you once, lady.
But you can't make things up about what I've said about Charlie Kirk.
You can talk when I'm done talking, like I was respectful enough to let you do. So the thing is like, yes, they do. This network does do that, and these leftists do that, and they set all the rhetoric up in the world to make sure something like this happened, and they were dancing on the grave of this guy before he was even cold. I have tweets from Destiny which are insane. The leftists have gone off the reservation. And it's time for us to stop pretending that it's not their rhetoric which is leading to these types of assassinations, because it is. I don't want to hear about factions. All of you guys are doing this. All of you guys have the same type of rhetoric which leads to this, or the networks you work for do.
And that's exactly correct. And I will never say that rhetoric really causes people to commit these violent acts because, you know, one time in high school, I went to a Catholic high school, I literally wrote a paper on how people wanted to blame the Columbine shooting on Marilyn Manson, who, for those who know me, know that I am a heavy metal lover. Marilyn Manson being one of the people, artists, bands, whatever you want to call it, who I've enjoyed listening to and who I've seen in concert. No, I don't think his music causes people to commit these insane violent acts. However, you have to keep in mind that people look at the Young Turks and other news organizations like them for their political news. And if you are constantly comparing and saying that someone is literally Hitler, it's the question of, would you kill baby Hitler? That's a question that I've heard many times. And you have to wonder, a lot of people, especially on the left, think that the ends justify the means. So they think that, okay, maybe doing this, you know, unaliving someone is a bad thing. However, the outcome is better because it's better for society. So you have to remember, we are dealing with people, especially when it comes to the left-wing audience, they are not mentally well. So when they hear these things, they can get inspired in a very violent and disgustingly evil way. So you have to take accountability, bitch. And Anna Kasparian is pissed. Oh my gosh, Andrew Wilson told her to stop talking. Yeah, bitch, shut your freaking whore mouth. By the way, make sure you comment, I don't know, R.I.P. Kirk, chunky yogurt for the algorithm. It does help make the video go off a lot better because YouTube likes to censor people like me who speak the truth. I know, so freaking annoying. Usually I'm pro censoring women, but come on, this bitch? Come on. I'm the token woman hater here.
I have never called Charlie Kirk a fascist, number one. In fact, if anything, we have received a tremendous amount. I don't remember I don't remember Cenk calling Charlie Kirk a fascist. In fact, Cenk and I got into a debate about whether or not, hold on. I don't remember Cenk calling Charlie Kirk a fascist. He called Trump a fascist, and he and I got into a debate about that. But to lump in everyone on the left together, I don't agree with Destiny on anything these days. Destiny is totally unhinged in his rhetoric, 100%. I have been critical of Charlie Kirk's political views, but going around referring to people as Nazis, you know, turning the temperature up, I did not engage in that. So I just want you to at least be fair about what I've actually said about Charlie
There's no
Kirk.
actual reason for us to believe leftists at this point. It's very clear that while they come out with a handshake and wanting to have these conversations, they claim, right? In reality, what they're doing is they have murderous intent, and they'll celebrate you the day that you die. The next day, they'll go after your wife. Thousands of social media accounts going after her wife, or this guy's wife, after she made a speech about her poor husband. Yes, it is your side that's doing that. Like it or not, it's your side that's doing that. There's no equivalency between the right and the left on this. Yeah, okay, fine. You're not a leftist. I'm sorry. Are you on the left wing? Are you a Democrat? Are you more of a Democrat than you are a Republican? Do you move towards those types of issues?
I'm not a Democrat. I actually registered as an independent.
Fine. You register as an independent.
Stupid bitch. I hate independents. They have this like moral superiority where they claim that, oh my gosh, I'm an independent. I'm not just, you know, married to a political party. I vote based issue by issue. It's like, no, bitch. You lean one way or the other. Stop gaslighting us and stop trying to pretend like you're so virtuous. Shut up. We all lean one way. I lean to the right. However, most Republicans are gay rhinos. So, but I'm not trying to claim that I'm some independent, like I'm such an independent mind. I'm an independent woman boss babe. It's like, no, go delete yourself. I'm just kidding. YouTube, okay?
And,
come on, you gotta at least know what my views are if you're gonna attack me.
All right, let me bring in. All right, let me bring in.
I've been attacked by the left over the last 3 years.
All right, let me bring in.
No.
Look.
I've been attacked by.
Yeah, because people on the left are mentally ill and cannot stand if you don't completely align with their insane beliefs. That's why, bitch. That's why you should become a MAGA hoe. Become a MAGA Barbie, okay, Anna Kasparian?
The left. No, let me, Pierce, let me just at least address that. I've been attacked viciously by leftists over the last 3 years because of the fact that I want to engage in this type of dialogue, because of the fact I was willing to sit down with Charlie Kirk and with Tucker Carlson and Ben Shapiro. I'm willing to have conversations.
Jew Shapiro.
And I don't go around labeling people as fascist and racist and Nazis just because I disagree with them.
Just the organization you work for does?
At least understand
Just the
what my
organization
political
you work
views
for
are.
does?
Listen, I'm not going to be blamed for what everyone in that company has to say. Anyone in that company has to say.
The
I'm
head
an
of that
individual.
company?
We are supposed to judge people based on individuals. He did not go around calling Charlie Kirk a fascist.
Oh, you want people to judge you guys based off of your individual takes? Well, that goes against leftism, bitch. Wake up.
And saying that you don't have good reasoning skills. If it's the case that you think, oh my God,
you
can't be calling people
so
Nazis. You can't be calling people Nazis while your boss does all the time.
Why are you making that up? You're just making it up. You're just making it up. We're all the same. That's how simple-minded you are. You're all the same. Okay, then everyone on the right is just like Dylan Roof.
All right.
Who is Dylan Roof? Who is that? Your plumber?
All right, let me bring in.
I
want to bring in Cornell West. I want to bring in Cornell West. I want to bring in Cornell. He's been waiting.
Shut up,
please let Cornell come in now. He's been waiting very patiently. Cornell, welcome back to Uncensored, where things are getting.
Wow. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I get Anna Kasparian's frustration. She's not a part of. She should not be responsible for what people on the left say. However, she does work for a company that does say outrageous things, which incites violence against right-wingers like Charlie Kirk, who is like not even a fringe extreme person. He was very understanding, very moderate, and never forget that. And by the way, I just want to point out, I'm criticizing women constantly on here, but Erica Kirk, if you guys saw her message to America the other day on Turning Point's YouTube channel, was amazing. And I will never say, oh my gosh, she's such a strong woman. No, she had such strength, dignity, and grace. I was truly inspired. So I just want to say, in light of me always calling out women, Erica Kirk, you are a true warrior, and my family, myself, we pray for you multiple times daily. I mean that. And your 2 little kiddos, gosh. I have a little kiddo that's about to be 2 October 1st, and she has a 3-year-old daughter and like a 1.5-year-old son. You have to, she needs time to mourn and grieve the loss of her husband. However, she still has to be strong for her kids. So keep her in your prayers, please. Shout out her. And yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, make sure you comment an orange heart. It helps boost the video in the algorithm. Subscribe, obviously. And I hope to see you tonight on the live stream. Have a great day.